How's it going, friends? How are you? My name is Mike. This channel is Health and Wealth. Thanks for joining me today. I want to talk to you about the previous week and our thoughts on our investments, things like that. When I say ours, I'm talking about me. This is my investment journey. If you relate to how I'm feeling, if you kind of feel the same way, but maybe you're a little wish-washy, this could be the video for you. Um, yeah, thanks for being here. So, it's been a rough week, maybe 2, 3 weeks now with the Yield Max fund. Specifically, the one I want to talk about today is MSTY. I want to talk to you about some of the sentiment that's going out there. I also want to discuss some of how I'm feeling. And so I'll start with the feelings, and then I'll go into kind of the numbers here with you. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, the share price is down to $20.11. My average price is $30. That's awful, right? And it is awful. And I get why a lot of people are feeling the same way, for sure. And so, for me, I have to kind of reflect. I have to kind of back up a little bit, take some steps backwards, and look at the big picture of when I started investing in MSTY. What have I got in that time period that could kind of be like a bumper to the price of its current share value? So I'm going to go over that with you here today as well. First things first, I've got Reddit open. This is everybody's trusted source of information, Reddit. And so I'm just going to go through the last month here. State of recent Yield Max purchases, all negative. Yep, that's for sure. Terrible investment. If you invested a month ago, yeah, not feeling good. That's for sure. Getting to the bottom of Yield Max. Which Yield Max are the safest but give decent dividends? Let's see here. Stupid question about Yield Max. Yeah. So, Reddit, I've been going through it quite a bit today, and there's a lot of people who are down on Yield Max, and I completely understand the reason why. And it's because, your share price is dropping like crazy. But I encourage you to take a look at some of the funds that you're in, but look at their underlying. So the ones that I'm in is MSTY, which is MicroStrategy. I'm in Coney, which is Coinbase, and I'm in NVIDIA, which is NVIDIA. So all three of those, the underlying has kind of lagged in the last, 15, 20 days or so. And it goes the same thing for Palantir. Palantir, people all the way up, but then, bubble popped. The government mentioned they wanted to reduce defensive spending by 14%, military spending by 14%. Well, take a look at Palantir when that happened. It was February 18th. And since then, the share price of Palantir has come down 31%. PLTY would have done the same thing. So if you bought at all-time highs, you're getting reduced, right? Coinbase, same thing here. Crypto started going down around February 13th. If we take a look at Coinbase since then, down 27%. If we zoom out on Coinbase, you can see, though, in that same time period, it's up 27%. So I think the moral of that story is zoom out. Zoom out, right? Zoom out to your investing. If you're just getting into it, well, then that's tough to zoom out because you don't have anything to zoom out on. Here's NVIDIA, right? Since February 20th, their earnings came out on the 26th, and since then it's down 10%. So they had great earnings, but, the entire sentiment of the stock market with, talking about tariffs and wars and, everything like that, jobless claims going up, that's kind of creating the market to go down a little bit. So I encourage you, though, to zoom out on all of these funds, right? Zoom out. And now we're talking Yield Max. Let's zoom out. So the last one I wanted to share with you here was Mr. Hey, Mister, let's go to 1 month on this thing. Look at this, down 26% in the last month. Why? Well, because crypto is going down. Bitcoin is going down. And that's what Mr. Strategy, this is what they really deal in, is Bitcoin. Now, Michael Saylor tweeted today, last year's strategy delivered a Bitcoin gain of $13.1 billion, or they purchased 140,000 Bitcoin. And in the first 2 months of 2025, we've achieved a Bitcoin gain of $2.6 billion, or 30,702 Bitcoin. So that's amazing. As Bitcoin kind of has come down over the last couple of days here, week, 2 weeks, it's a great time to purchase more Bitcoin. For me, I've purchased more. I was buying 100 every paycheck. My last paycheck, I bought $200 because I want to be able to get in on that when it's a little bit less. Now, back to the Misty talk here. Its current price is $20.11. And I actually have a spreadsheet, which I know you guys just love spreadsheets, right? I've had it for 9 months. My total investment in Misty is $4,325. I have 142 shares right now. Okay, so it's not like a massive investment or anything like that, but when you look at it in terms of my entire portfolio, the one that I share with you guys, it's a big chunk of that portfolio, right? Um, so my average price is $30.46. If I just zoom in, right? Zoom in, the current price is $20.11. So I'm down 34%. But I need to zoom out. So total dividends received. This has gone up actually. Let me just scroll down here. I've done the math. It didn't update that. $2,810. 2,810, and this is after tax. Okay, I've already been taxed on this, and we're just gonna get rid of the realized return on capital section here because I haven't done that math today. But I'm gonna scroll down quite a bit here, okay, just to kind of share that with you. Here's your Feb, right? $2.02. Bam. Can we stay there? There we go. Good. And I actually used Chat GPT. You can see it right up here to help me calculate my total cost. Because I was like, how much am I up? How much am I down? So I said, Chat GPT, I bought 142 shares at $30.46. That's my average cost. And so how much is that, right? And so it does the math for me, which is awesome, $4,327. It says to step 2, adjust for distributions. You received $2,810 in distributions so far, and that's after tax, right? It's not pre-tax. I've already been taxed on that. My adjusted cost basis is that $4,327 minus the 2,800. I'll just highlight the line here. Let's highlight it green for you, so you can see where I'm looking at. So my average cost right now is 1,517 because I'm reinvesting those distributions. So my new cost per share is going to be $10.69. Well, the share price is $20.11. So my average cost is actually under right now. And then it says calculate the adjusted percentage loss, so $20.11. And you can see the math sitting right here. My final answer says ChatGPT, you're up 88.12% when factoring in your distribution. So I get it. If you bought at the top, you've got 2 or 3 distributions so far, so you got a long way to go. You're down quite a bit. And I would be upset too, for sure. So for me, when people say, why aren't you buying PLTY? It's because it was at the top. I'm not going to buy these funds when they're at the top. I think Palantir's got a huge future, but it's at all-time highs. Any little news could set it off. And so it did, right? It dropped because of any little news, right? I mean, lowering the military spending by 14% isn't little news, but that's just an example of what I'm talking about here. So when you buy these funds, understand that there is risk involved with the underlying stock. Any little news can set those off, and that can bring the price of your share value down. But what are you getting? You're getting these things right here. Every single 4 weeks, I want to say every single month, but I'm not going to because they come out every 4 weeks. And so that means you're going to get 13 payments a year from YieldMax on Misty. That's our example we're talking about today. So if you're satisfied with getting the distributions, that's good. But for me, I don't want to break even on these funds. I want to make sure that they're making me money too. So what I'm going to be doing over the next month or 2 or 3 or 4 is I'm just going to be dollar cost averaging into these. You can see it. Let's go up to the top here. My average cost is $30, but the share price is $20. So I'm getting my NVIDIA money on Monday. That's going to buy me 20 shares of Misty. I'm going to get paid Coney, but that's on drip. So that's going to buy itself. And then in 2 weeks from now, I'm going to get my Misty distribution. I'm just going to buy Misty with that again. And so Nvidia, MSTY, Nvidia, MSTY. 2 times a month I'm buying into the MSTY fund to get it up to a certain number. I'm not too sure where I want to take it to right now, but the hopes and dreams is that that thing starts paying me out $1,000 a month. Well, $500 a month times 6, right? $3,000 a month. If you guys want to take a look at my account here on passive, by the way, the link for this is below if you want to start using passive. I think the premium version is $99 a year, so $10 a month, a little bit less. If you're a Equestria user, you get this thing for free. Use my link. I get $20. You get to use passive. It's awesome. But take a look at my distributions here from month to month. Let's start in December. MSTY paid me $490. In January, $439. And then in February, $415 from MSTY. So not bad if we can keep it around that. I'm trying to get that thing up to 500 a month. And then we're going to move on to the next fund. So far, let's take a look at all three here. Coney 292, MSTY 415, and Nvidia 666. Oh no, the devil. But yeah, maybe we start dipping into the fourth fund. I'm not too sure what it's going to be. Maybe BITO, maybe FEPI, maybe XDTE. Those are three that are on the forefront of my mind. Yeah, I feel those. While XDTE and FEPI are pretty safe compared to the others that I'm invested in. So we'll see. We'll see. But the point of this video, I just wanted to share what I'm doing. I also wanted to share like the thought process of zooming out, right? So do we think Bitcoin is going to have some turbulence? Yes, for sure. Could it get to 75,000? For sure. Could it get to 55,000? Yes, it could. But do we see it sitting there for the next 10 years? Or do you think it might go back up to, into the $200,000 range? If that's how you feel, if that's what you think, then buying into MicroStrategy or MSTY or Bitcoin itself could be a good idea. Now, this is not financial advice. I'm sharing what I'm thinking about what I want to do. And don't take advice from people on YouTube. Whatever you do, okay? It's a terrible decision. But I just wanted to leave that with you there. If you enjoyed this video, you're probably going to like our live conversation that happened earlier today. Click on that link and enjoy the conversation. I hope to see you again in the future. My name is Mike. This is Health and Wealth. Have a great day. Bye for now.